What's up, investors? Terry here, and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the AI mania that has been going on in the market and sort of the pullback that we've seen by NVIDIA and Palantir. And I want to ask the question, is the AI mania in the stock market finally over? I mean, we have seen NVIDIA, Palantir go from stocks where a year ago they were trading at 87 and $100 to more recently where they were both at highs of over 180, probably trending towards 200. And then all of a sudden we see a, I don't want to say massive pullback, but we see a pretty significant pullback on both stocks. And I want to ask the question, are people finally done with the AI mania in the stock market? For the past couple of months, probably more so like a year or so, we've seen a lot of tech companies just skyrocket in price. And all they had to do was say, oh, we're working on AI. We're working on AI. And you see the stock price start to increase dramatically. And I want to say, are we seeing a cool down to that? Because genuinely, what dictates a stock price is the fundamentals. And I don't think NVIDIA or Palantir has the fundamentals to where they both should be soaring or heading towards where they were on a trajectory where they would have hit about probably $200 or more. And I don't know if with both stocks, you're seeing people just take their profits and just go. Because people are like, okay, I made my money, I'm going to take my profits and leave. That's very much possible where people say, hey, I made my money on both these stocks, I'm done. It could also be very possible that people are done with people just saying, oh, AI is coming, AI is coming, AI is coming. Because the thing about AI and all of these tech companies is the first company that will be able to produce massive AI technology they're going to make their investors a lot of money. They're going to make their investors a lot of money. But also the problem with that is there is no way of knowing when that is going to happen. That can be next year. That can be 3 years from now. That can be 5 years down the pipeline. There is no way of knowing when these companies are going to be ready to produce. And the thing about, when you're investing in a company, you're going to eventually have to put up or shut up. You're going to have to show numbers, sales. You're going to have to produce. You can't keep telling investors, hey, you got to wait. We got this coming down the pipeline. Because the thing that has even carried a lot of these tech companies is just FOMO. People afraid that they're going to miss out on becoming billionaires because everybody wants to catch the next Google. That's not very likely to happen, but that's what people want to do. And with these tech stocks, there's just no way of knowing when they're going to be able to produce the amount you're going to see a return on that investment, basically. There's no way of knowing. And you're basically left holding the bag. And here's the other part, the other side of that coin is, what if they're not able to produce? What if one company comes out and they produce and the other ones don't? Now you're left holding the bag. And like I said, there's no way of knowing when these companies are going to be ready to produce this future technology. And are we finally starting to see people take profits and run? Is the mania starting to die down? Because for about a year, it was just AI, AI, AI. And there are so many different sectors in the stock market where you can make your money if you know what you're doing. And, FOMO is so powerful. Hype is so powerful in the stock market. Companies can ride hype. Like, I think 2, 3 years ago, it was EV hype. You know, the electric vehicles, everybody was, you had to have them in your port or you're just missing out. And it's crazy how that works. But I just wanted to ask the question, are we finally seeing the end of that? Because if so, I am very happy, because FOMO affects the market so bad. You know, people just dump money, and a lot of people don't even know what they own. They just know that they just heard Nvidia, Palantir. We have to own these stocks, and you don't even know why you have them. You're just holding them, thinking you have a golden ticket, and that's, you know. I like to say that the stock market is not necessarily gambling, but a lot of people treat it like it's gambling. I hope that we are starting to see the pullback on the AI mania, and guys, and returning to investing in companies because of the fundamentals, not necessarily what they'll do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years from now. But you know, I just want to make this clear. I'm not saying that Nvidia or Palantir are bad companies. I don't think that at all. They're not companies that are drowning in debt. They're not companies where you don't know how the leadership is ran or anything like that, which makes it even worse that you're seeing these types of pullbacks, because nothing has fundamentally changed about either one of these companies. So I just wanted to make that point clear. I just think that hopefully the AI mania is dying down and we can get back to buying stocks because of the fundamentals of the company. So tell me what you guys think. Is it finally starting to disappear, or are people just taking profits and leaving? Thank you guys for watching.